introduce you to the S&K Atlas Trail Sprayer. This model has a 4,400 litre tank. It's also available with a smaller 3,300 litre tank. The booms available to this machine range from 18 metres out to 28 metres, as you see on this model. All booms are two-stage folding, a gull wing style, and will fold to a half width. So the 28 folds to 14 metres and a 24, for example, will fold to 12 metres. Another feature of the Atlas is its auto steering axle. The axle is controlled by a potentiometer system, and you can see the main potentiometer here just above the drawbar pin. This potentiometer is measuring angles. It measures the angle between the tractor and the drawbar, so as the tractor turns, the information is processed, allowing the computer to steer the sprayer wheels and ensuring it follows the tractor accurately. A powerful 6-cylinder piston diaphragm pump is fitted to the machine. It's producing up to 300 litres per minute. This allows fast and efficient filling and higher application rates if required. On the rear of the pump is an air compressor. This compressor is providing air for the machine's axle air suspension system.
We also have a very big suction filter tucked in there, which is nice and easy to access, but the size of the suction filter hopefully determines that the operator is not going to have to remove that filter during operation. If he tends to clean it once a day, that tends to be enough. And then the little black box above the pump, that's the PPE storage container, so it keeps your safety clothing nice and safe in there and away from contamination. Above the suction filter, you can see a little tap, which is a tap for the parking brake. The operator control station on this machine is very logically laid out, with all the control taps all have a logical position depending on which function is required. Towards the front of the taps you've got an induction hopper. That's a cyclone operating induction hopper, so when you're adding your agrochemical, it tends to cyclone inside the hopper and make sure that it takes through powders, whatever chemicals are added to the hopper. Above the hopper there's a clean water tank. You've got 440 litres of clean water available for rinsing and flushing the machine at the end of the day or in between agrochemical products. And just you can perhaps see just the bottom of the dry site gauge above that tank. So it works on a float system. There's a float in the main sprayer tank. When the tank is full, the float is at the top of the tank, hence the indicator is at the bottom. And then as the tank empties, that float obviously drops, and then nice and easy to see for the operator. When the machine is nearly empty, the indicator is nice in his eye line and easy to see from the cab. The control levers. The one on the left-hand side is controlling suction, so that's controlling everything that the pump is sucking. You have three options. Where the arrow is pointing at the moment, that's for spraying, so the handle is up for spraying. And as you can see, all other levers are in the up position, so for spraying the operator can easily see the handles are in the up position, we're ready to spray. If he puts the handles to the left, it's washing. If he puts the handles down, it's filling. So as I said, the left hand lever is for suction. The middle handle is for pump out. So for our customers using liquid fertilizer, when they want to return liquid fertilizer to a storage tank, there's a connection just below the levers, and he can pump that precious liquid fertilizer back to the storage tank. The right hand lever is pressure, or where the pump is pumping the fluid to. As I've already said, the lever's up, so that's in the spraying position. If you put the lever to the right, that operates the induction hopper. If you put the lever to the left, that's operating washing, and it's pumping it to some spinning nozzles inside the main sprayer tank to rinse all the inside surfaces of the sprayer tank. And if you put it down, that's in the fill position. If you look carefully just to the top left of the left-hand red lever, it says station lighting, and above the station there's an LED light which illuminates the operator control station if you're an early riser and need to get spraying in the early morning or obviously late at night. Below the right-hand lever, the left-hand connection or coupling, as you can see, is for self-fill. The machine comes with a self-fill hose, so you can obviously suck from an external source to fill the machine. Here you can see a small clean water container. There's 15 litres of clean water in there for emergency hand wash. So even if the main clean water tank is completely empty, you still have access to clean water in an emergency situation. The boom rests on the machine, there are two boom rests. The front boom rest that we're looking at now, as you can see, is on a pivoting plate with a spring. So when the boom is sitting in that, it's not sitting on a rigid boom rest and jumping up and down. It's allowing the boom to move with the plate. And during work, when you're still rushing up and down the farm tracks, leave the boom just lifted off the rear boom rest and just sitting on this front plate. Then the boom suspension, working on the boom hydraulic lift cylinders via some gas accumulators, gives the boom suspension even when it's in the folded position. So it's protecting the boom while you're rushing right around doing your daily work. And then obviously when you park the machine up at night, you can drop it down into the front rest you can see here, and also the rear rest, which takes the whole weight of the boom. There are various wheel options available for the machine, and the wheel track adjustment is done on the dishes inside the wheel. The axle itself is not adjustable, but the axle is suspended, as you can see. There's two big airbags. Those airbags are dynamic. What I mean by that is they inflate and deflate depending on the weight that it is in the machine itself. Braking is obviously standard as well. This machine has hydraulic brakes, but air brakes are an option. And if we move up the machine just slightly in between the bags, you can see the red cap. That's on the bottom of the self-cleaning pressure filter. So everything that's coming to your spraying nozzles is passing through that filter, with all the dirty particles being recycled around and around until you flush the machine through. Then a little bit higher, just under the Atlas, where it says Atlas, and the number plate, you will see the two lights, the two black domes, which are the LED night lights. They illuminate the whole width of the boom if you're spraying in the dusk or dark. Then you can see you have LED road lighting and two flashing beacons. They're a standard feature. Auto boom lock is also a feature on this boom. So if you are trying to fold or unfold the boom on unlevel ground, there's an auto lock system which locks the back frame to stop the boom tilting to one side or the other while you are folding the boom. This machine has been fitted with 7 sections. If you want more spray sections, depending if you require the DGPS auto section switching, that's also an option. The boom is also equipped with a recirculation system. So every time you switch the sprayer off, or the computer switches the sprayer off, it's recirculating through the spray lines in a reverse direction and returning that fluid back to tank. So it's always keeping the liquid moving in those spray lines.
Also available is the S&K Smart Control Pro system. It is an advanced control system which offers more features than the standard system. These features are controlled via a 10-inch touch colour screen, and some of the features include tractor auto steer, auto boom fold, variable mapping, digital sight gauges, auto fill, auto tank wash, so many more features, so please ask us for details.
A couple of options fitted on this machine. One, there's a variable geometry system, so you can see the hydraulic cylinder on the top of the boom. That operates a variable geometry system, so we can angle either wing boom individually, depending on the undulations of the field itself. And then also to complement that, we have an auto boom leveling system, and you can see one of the sensors mounted on the boom, which obviously sees the contours of the ground and assists with the already sophisticated boom leveling system on the sprayer. We're already controlling the 3 main movements of a boom, which is bounce, incline and yaw when the tips are moving forwards and backwards. They are already controlled. So the auto boom leveling is just an assistance to them. With this 28-metre boom, it just helps with the boom ride.